This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
That's the definition of a drama queen, seriously. Content creators that literally just put filth out there, garbage content, filth, nasty, irresponsible content. We got a drama video maker who all he does is insult people and talk about gossip. We got an idiot gamer who screams at the camera and dresses up like a Muppet and fucking has neon hair. We've got a guy who does prank videos. Human drama never should be fun and exciting.
And quite frankly, typically I usually will remove myself from any kind of human drama regarding other streamers and content creators.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
However, I think we need to, at least today on pre-stream, briefly address what's been going on with content creators in the last year, I'd say, where a lot of people who everyone thought were wholesome, were, upstanding citizens, as you say, upstanding people, and who had giant fan bases are now being kind of revealed to have some pretty nasty, malicious, underhanded stuff going on behind the scenes, and they're being exposed for it. And, as someone who has been around the internet for 11 years doing content creation, and someone who's done it for a living since 2011, and basically for the last 7 years has been the butt of pretty much the running internet joke meme as the worst content creator, and a guy who's a joke, and, it's fun to make fun of Phil, har har har, and sadly, someone who has been very negatively affected by it. For me, at least, to see all this stuff happen the way it's been unfolding, in the last year, I'd say, is kind of just mind-boggling, jaw-dropping, and, quite frankly, ironic, alright? But you know what, before we even get to that, for those of you who are regular viewers, or maybe if you're a newer viewer who's just swinging by just to check out one of my streams, before you move on to other stuff, because I know a lot of people today may just be checking out a stream or two of mine because of the drama that's been going on the internet, and me voicing it on Twitter and getting over 10,000 likes on a tweet within, a short period of time. What I want to do is go through my streaming schedule for this week, so all of you know exactly what to expect this coming week.
You got people who just cannot stay out of the drama, all right? And this is real talk. There's people who just can't stay out of the fucking drama. Stop being a drama queen.
Now let's very briefly talk about the daily drama. Let's get it out of there, because I know some people are like, man, I come to Phil's streams just to hang out and chill and have gameplay and interaction during the gameplay. I don't want Phil to do a 4-hour pre-stream today where he talks and, doesn't ever get to the game. And the bottom line is I don't want that to happen either. And so what I want to do is kind of address what's going on and then just move on. All right. So the bottom line today is, guys, that, over the past 11 years that I've been a content creator, I have struggled, but I've always persevered. And what I mean by that is, I started off at a time on YouTube when there weren't a lot of people doing what I did. Back in 2008, I was doing live impromptu reactionary commentary to raw gameplay footage, which most people didn't do. They were either doing like formal Let's Plays with tons of tutorial-style explanations of formal walkthrough, stuff like that. Most people were doing gameplay videos without even any commentary over them. I was one of the originators who kind of popularized the idea that you could play any video game and comment over it. And I became, very popular for it. My original channel, Dark Side Phil, and then later on my current channel, DSP Gaming, became virally popular on YouTube. Videos getting millions and millions of views over time, and, everything was good. But sadly, over the years, because of mistakes that I made, all right, and I'll openly admit that, it's definitely in part because of mistakes that I made with my attitude, with stupid shit that I just said that was so dumb, okay? And just in general circumstances, I started making videos at a time when making shorter videos made sense, like 10-minute gameplay clips, while moving down, the line on YouTube, it became way more popular and more digestible to make longer gameplay clips with edited stuff in it and thumbnails and the like, which I've never really adapted to. I always said I just want to play games and have fun. I want to be me. So putting out the raw gameplay videos that were shorter made sense to my audience who had been there with me since 2008. But over the years, it just became not fun to do that kind of stuff anymore on YouTube because YouTube changed so much that it basically pushed my channel kind of to the bottom of the barrel, all right?
It's my fault. I screwed up. I did. I'm willing to admit when I make a mistake.
Now, there's various things I could talk about. I became the butt of internet jokes. That Phil's a dinosaur, Phil's an outdated guy. Look, he played Metal Gear Solid series, and he sucked at it and made fun of Kojima. And so I had a rabid fan base of Metal Gear Solid fans who hated me and started this is how you don't play video series. And literally over the years, for one reason or another, I became the butt of everyone's internet joke. Literally, Darkside Phil became the guy that you reference when you want to get a cheap pop from your viewership. It didn't matter if you were an up-and-coming guy or gal starting as a streamer or a content creator, or if you were a ginormous person with 1 million subs and super popularity and all of that. No matter who you were, if you mentioned Darkside Phil as a joke, you got a pop. Right? A cheap pop is what they call it in pro wrestling. You go to someone's hometown, and you shout out the hometown to get a big pop from the crowd. So, making fun of me was the way to get that cheap, laugh out of the viewership. Alright?
Come into my streams, hang out, have fun, be chill, and relax, right? And have a few laughs at my expense if, something goes wrong.
And, I had to live with that. I absolutely had to live with that. And over the years, I saw my business decline and decline and decline because of it. And there was nothing I could really do about it. There was no recourse I had as people stole my content on YouTube and made negative videos about me constantly. The sad part is that it got worse and worse. It's all jokes are fine. This is how you don't play? Okay, fine. Make fun of my gameplay. But then over the years, people started saying really nasty, slanderous things about me. Like,
Phil's a pedophile, Phil's a scammer and a thief, and Phil's lazy, and
Phil's this and Phil's that. And basically, it was all bullshit. It was all made up. It was just trying to take, like, a moment from a stream or a moment from a video and take it out of context or twist something to be something that it definitely wasn't and make it out like I'm some kind of an internet villain. And then it became a meme to do that.
You think I'm the villain? Go fuck yourself.
So that's the problem here, is that it's one thing to make fun of someone. It's another thing to basically make them a butt of your joke to the point where you just literally make shit up about them constantly and it hurts them concretely. And it has, I've been doing this for 11 years and, these days things are not great for me behind the scenes financially at all. I made terrible financial decisions trying to keep stuff going over times when YouTube revenue was plummeting and people were destroying my YouTube channel, DSP Gaming, which they single-handedly did with false copyright strikes and all kinds of shit over the years. I've been swatted and everything. And the bottom line is I'm not here to go over the past, but just to give you guys some background of the shit that I've been through over the years as a content creator, okay? And I have strived and struggled tooth and nail to keep stuff going. As bad as it is now for me behind the scenes, financially, all right? As bad as it is, sadly, I hate to say it, I still persevere through it. What's happened is in the last year, we've seen a large number, not just like, 2 people, we're talking dozens of well-known internet content creators and or, even collaborations that have basically been revealed to have been not what you guys thought they were.
A lot of the times they were toxic relationships or things going on behind the scenes you never knew about. That douche kid Cheers is a cat. Okay. She is. She's actually getting much better. Finally her cough is starting to subside. She's still coughing, but it's finally starting to subside. She's been sleeping downstairs recently because she's been choking so much that it's been keeping me up. So she's actually been sleeping downstairs recently. And so it's good because I can actually get my sleep. Oh, Phil and his girlfriend aren't doing well because she sleeps in it up downstairs. She's sleeping upstairs. Ha 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 ha. Abuse, scamming, all kinds of shit that happens that you guys just don't know because all you see is that facade that content creators put out to the internet, right?
But what we're finding now in this modern day and age is that you can't get away with anything. Okay, you can't. When you are a content creator on the internet, your life is public. It doesn't matter how much you try to hide or keep behind the scenes. If you do something wrong, you're gonna get caught and you're gonna get called out for it. It's just going to happen. Okay?
I learned the hard way, okay?
So, the truth of the matter here is, for me, I've made many mistakes over the years, and people have called me out for them fairly, and then sadly, a lot of people always make shit up and call me out for stuff that's completely unfair and not true. And I've been destroyed for it in a lot of ways. You remember 3 years ago, guys, a little over 3 years ago at this point, I had an unfortunate incident on stream where the webcam was left on inadvertently, and even though, thank goodness, I don't have any kind of a setup where you can see much but my face, and the mic was muted, it was insanely embarrassing. And this became a huge internet meme across the entire internet. I became the laughingstock of the internet, as if I wasn't bad enough that I wasn't, a laughingstock. I definitely became a laughingstock at that point. Alright? And if people had not made fun of me up to then, I mean, now it was like, this is it. This is the guy you make fun of. This is the guy who did one of the most embarrassing things ever on the internet, and he'll never live it down. He's gonna definitely fall into oblivion now. We'll never see him again. And that was it, and people kind of wrote me off, but instead of taking it as that, I spun it into a joke, into a positive, and said, yeah, it happened, and there's no way I can deny it, and it's something that is really fucking stupid, and obviously I'll never make that mistake again, but I laugh with it, and I will laugh with all of you as you make fun of me, because admittedly, it's pretty fucking funny that it happened, and the way that it happened, alright?
In mid-2016, I accidentally streamed myself masturbating. Wait a minute. Aren't you the guy that masturbated in front of children? I'm the guy watching his Twitch. It's the guy. I'm watching his stream.
And because of that, because I approached it like that, it actually, in reality, was not that much of a negative in the short term. It ended up becoming like almost a boost for me, which was inadvertent. It obviously was an accident. It's not anything I would have planned. But it was pretty wild the way that it kind of actually gave me kind of a boost of popularity 3 years ago. All right, but that boost of popularity did not last. It was very short-lived. Maybe for about 3-4 months, I got some hype behind my streams. People wanted to come by. Oh, is that the guy that did that? Let's see if he's any good. And then in reality, a lot of people said, wow, we like his streams. We'll hang around. We'll be supportive, right? Sadly, since then, things have still gone south. YouTube's bottom line has fallen out. You cannot make a living being a YouTuber anymore unless you have a ridiculous amount of views and subs. It's just not possible. And I was one of those people who, up to this point of early 2017, I was making a living solely on the ad revenue from YouTube. And when YouTube's ad apocalypse began, that was it for me. So what I've done in the last 2 to 2.5 years is I've changed up my formula completely and become a full-time live streamer with pure, full-time interactivity where I'm talking with all of you. I'm giving you shout-outs for your contributions. It's a very different kind of thing of content creating that I do now than I ever did, way back then for those 7+ years that I was doing it, all right? And so even though we had this really embarrassing thing happen in 2016, even though YouTube's bottom line fell out, I still was able to keep things going. And to this day, I'm still able to keep things afloat, even though things are very tight and challenging for me. I still have a dedicated fan base, and I still put out streams every single day when I can. Once a week, I get a day off to spend with my wife. That's it. Every other day, I'm here all day long.
I may be living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, begging for fucking tips and shit on stream for the rest of my life. And I love it. I love doing this for a living.
And, it is what it is. That's my life right now, okay? So in reality, this last year has been very eye-opening, I think, for a lot of people. I think what they're finally starting to realize is that these people who are content creators, who everyone says are so good and, oh, they're wholesome people, I call this the Cosby effect, ladies and gentlemen. The Bill Cosby effect, where there's someone who is in our lives as some kind of a public figure who we believed was some kind of a paragon of excellence, a paragon of morality, and then in reality, when we get the truth of the matter coming out, these people were actually vile degenerates, all right? And there's lots of examples. I could sit here and cite a ton. I'm really not going to. because I don't want to be crazy about it here. All right, I don't want to start calling out a million names, but I do want to talk about the one situation in particular that's happening right now, unfolding live on the internet for the last 24 hours. I wasn't even aware of it. I was on my day off yesterday, okay? My day off from streaming at all. I'm usually disconnected from the internet, but it just so happens that during the day I had a few minutes to myself. I opened up my Twitter feed. I'm like, holy Testicle Tuesday, what the fuck is this? I never expected to see anything like this. And I'm not going to go into massive detail about it, all right? I'm just not. If you want to know the full story, I urge for you to just go on Twitter or go on social media yourself. There's a million threads and videos already about it. People jumping on the bandwagon to make a buck off of this situation, which always happens.
That's like me, right? That's like me.
I was on my day off. I was like, I'm not going to bother with this crap. But basically, knowing that I'm always the butt of jokes and I'm the guy who never got away with anything because, you know, look what happened in 2016, right? I made a post on Twitter and I said, you know, it's now coming to light that these certain people who everyone thought was kind of wholesome aren't. And being the guy who never was able to get away with anything.
What I've learned over the past 11 years is that you can't. When you do something wrong as a content creator, your life is public and people are going to find out and call you out for it. You're not going to be able to hide it or get away with it. Oh, Phil's a scammer and Phil took the money that he said was for taxes and he did it to pay for a wedding. Wow, Phil's a scammer. He's a piece of underhanded shit. He's been lying to his viewers and fans for so long. And basically saying that, you know, he was raising money for taxes, but all that money obviously went to pay for this wedding that he didn't tell us about, and he scammed us, and no one would have ever contributed if he had said it was for a wedding instead of something important like taxes, and this is fucked up, and he's really screwed the pooch. And it's a shame that you've got people now who are failing because of cheating on their significant others or scamming people behind the scenes. And that's what they're failing for, even though they had ginormous successful fan bases and viewerships, instead of on the quality of their content. Imagine actually putting out content that everyone loves, but because you're a scumbag behind the scenes, you fail and everything falls apart. And sadly, that's what's been happening with a lot of content creators these past few years. Okay.
As story after story after story starts coming out about it, all right? So I made this one post. And, you know, it got some traction. The thing is, my Twitter almost never gets any traction. Reason being is because there's people who hate me so much, as I told you guys, people who stalk me and hate me so much, they will literally find people who like my tweets and stalk them. They're like, if you like anything Phil puts out there, we're going to come after you and we're going to harass you on social media and shit.
What?
So even though I have some like 23,000, well, I had 23,000. I think at this point I might have like 25,000 because I got so many new Twitter followers in the last like 12 hours. But, you know, I had like 23,000 Twitter followers, but in reality, when I tweet, 400,000 people see my tweets. That's not an exaggeration. I actually used a couple analyzation programs and things to figure out how popular actually is my Twitter account. Even though it says only 23,000 people follow me, I get like over 400,000 impressions on every fucking tweet I put out. Even though no one likes or retweets them, like tons of people see my tweets. Okay? So, I put out this tweet and didn't really get a lot of traction. I think it maybe got between like 100 to 200 likes or something like that on Twitter. Alright? So later in the day, I come home and finally, you know, I had a busy day out with my wife. I come home and now it's time to relax. I'm unwinding. I open up Twitter again. And people have contacted me. And they're like, man, you know, did you really see the whole situation or whatever? And one person in particular says, Phil, you do realize that this person who his life has fallen apart in the last 24 hours for infidelity, cheating on his wife, and a million other things going on behind the scenes. You do realize this person 3 years ago shitposted you for absolutely no fucking reason to get a laugh. Said, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all because everyone does it. It's like I said. Sadly, there's people out there who this is what they do. They take the easy pot shot at me, the butt of the internet joke of content creation, right? To try to say, oh, you know, let's get a cheap pop out of our viewing audience. So in particular, you know, this guy did this over 3 years ago. And I just read the tweet that he put out there. And for him, all right, this tweet to him was kind of like, oh, let's just make fun of someone who's already beaten down. I know this guy's way below me in popularity, but, you know, let's just kick down and piss down even further on the people under me just for a cheap laugh, you know? Basically, a really nasty, malicious thing to do just to get cheap popularity out of your audience. It was completely irresponsible what this guy fucking did. I never had said a negative word about him. I didn't know much about him. In fact, if you guys don't know, I went to Screw Attack Gaming Convention in 2013. This was when they used to have these big conventions in Texas. And I was one of the guests, a content creator guest at the event, but almost no one came to see me. They all came to see this particular guy. All right?
I mean, I'll be honest, just like any other normal human, yes, am I jealous of certain people and of people who are successful and whatever? Of course I am. Of course I'm going to have jealousy. That's a natural human emotion for those who have more than you. You're always going to have that natural kind of jealousy of those who maybe have, been more successful or things like that.
And this guy had previously been a part of Screw Attack as a content creator and then went off to do his own thing and become actually popular on YouTube. So he was one of the featured guys at the event, right? So just imagine, this is an event that we kind of co-headlined, even though he was way more popular than me. A couple years later, I think I'll just say something really nasty about him on the fucking internet just for a cheap pop, right? Even though I'm way more popular than him, let's just do that. So if anything, this is evidence that this guy was a scumbag to begin with. Back, years ago, before any of this new stuff came to public light, that this guy was basically an asshole, okay? Now, at the time, I said nothing.
I'm small potatoes. All right? I'm small potatoes.
Because the bottom line is, like I said, on a daily basis, this happens to me probably dozens of times. Content creators will bring me up and make me the butt of their jokes and just say nasty shit about me. And I'm just like, well, let it roll. If I just sat here and I addressed every negative thing every content creator said about me, I would never actually put out any content of my own. I'm just being honest here. There would be no content of my own. This would just be me all day, every day addressing it. So there's no point, okay? I move forward positively. I'm the kind of person that I would rather focus on good stuff. I would rather focus on positive, productive content. Let's put out a fun, interactive stream today with a new game rather than, let's just sit here and have a drama fest, stream. That's not what I'm about. Even though I am an interactive streamer now, and if people bring up drama, I will address their questions about it. I try not to make my streams the entirety, end-all, be-all about that shit.
Very, very, very hypocritical.
So that being said, this person shows me this tweet, and I'm like, man, so behind the scenes, this guy was a complete scumbag. Right? All these horrible things that are coming out that this guy had actually done. And this guy had the fucking audacity. He was so fucking full of himself. Being at the top of the world, having 1 million YouTube subs, making tons of money hand over fist on his fucking YouTube channels. And this motherfucker went out of his way to piss on me.
I said, guess what? I think it's finally time that DSP bites back a little bit.
Ow! Why'd you do that?
You don't bite the hand that feeds you, I guess is what you say. But at the same time, when someone bites me, I'm going to bite back. Why am I toxic? More toxic, over-dramatic, drama queen toxic.
So I took his tweet, and I directly quoted it, and basically copied what he said, almost word for word, and basically said, because his tweet, actually, you know what, I should read it, so you guys understand what I'm talking about, because you guys might not understand what I'm talking about. So it was early 2016, his tweet said, I took a wrong turn on the internet and ended up reading DSP hilarity. Haha, whoops. Okay? So that's the usual kind of stab that everyone takes at me. That
I'm a joke. I don't do anything productive. I'm a negative, toxic guy. And everything about me is just laugh jokes, right?
So I directly quoted his tweet. And I said, took a day off from the entire internet, but projared hilarity was at top of everyone's Twitter feed. Haha, whoops. And as of now, that tweet now has over 4,000 likes, over 1,000 retweets. So after I did that, people were contacting me and saying, oh my god, did you actually wait 3 years to strike back at this guy?
The taste on your lips, I want it all. A toxic, the best I've been under. You know that you're toxic. Ow. Taste on your lips is paradise. But I know that you're toxic. Unleash the beast. Toxic. Oh.
And in reality, no. In reality, I had forgotten completely about it. Like I said, this is a commonplace thing for me. But someone had tweeted me this and said, are you aware that this guy actually insulted you directly 3 years ago? I was like, no. Well, you know what? Fuck it. All right, so I did that. Okay. And I put out that tweet, and people really seemed to like it. They're like, wow, this is funny. It's funny that you're even getting on this, right? So I said, all right, you know what? This is the time and place to do this, because I've been biding my time. I seriously, ladies and gentlemen, have been biding my fucking time for years. I've been waiting for this moment, because everyone wanted to make me the joke. But you know what? Despite all the shit people have done to me, the horrible things they've done trying to ruin my livelihood and take away my financial, my income, ruining my YouTube channels, trying to get me banned from Twitch, getting me kicked out of Twitch's sponsorship program when I did absolutely nothing wrong, all the fucking online harassment that I've suffered, the swatting, the mental harassment from people, not only myself, but my fucking family, and my wife, and everyone who gets harassed just because I venture on the internet to make content, you know. Now's the time. So, I decided to make a new post. The post goes as follows. Pro tip for content creators. If you've done something worse than this, whether it's public or not yet, quit. And you were saying, what? Well, worse than what? I put the picture of my incident from 3 years ago, my embarrassing moment. I put it on the tweet.
Splashed, and then it got on my hand. So my hand's like sticky, and it fucking splashed all over me. What the hell? It seriously, and splashed all over my face and my pants. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Drying myself off here. What the shit? Fucking exploded all over me. Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, I'm okay now. I've dried myself off. This thing goes all over me. Okay.
I said, because I'm still here, and you won't be. And good luck living with that. So I put that post up, and as of now, it's got 11,100 likes, over 3,000 retweets. Pretty major content creators like Boogie, as well as many others. It's not just him, but many other content creators saw this and not only liked it, but retweeted it. Boogie actually said it's officially his favorite tweet ever. And by the way, I should say this, if you're one of the big content creators who did kind of give this post traction, okay, thank you, because it's very rare. It's very rare when I actually get any kind of positivity thrown towards me at all these days. The only people who do it are the hardcore viewers who are here every day on stream. Very rarely do I get any kind of positivity. In fact, I mean, just to give you an example, during my freaking wedding, I posted up the wedding photos, and not a single other content creator on the internet came to me and said congratulations. None. You know, because I had become the butt of the internet's jokes, and so to actually interact positively with DSP was like the kiss of death. Don't get, that guy's toxic. In reality, I'm not the toxic one.
And then you people, Phil's a toxic streamer. No, you actually you tried to make me look like that. The only reason he's popular at all on YouTube, because he's a toxic fucking guy, but the guy's so dumb he doesn't even realize it. Like, he doesn't even realize the stuff he puts out is toxic, and he doesn't know why people don't like him. That's how ignorant the guy is.
It's the people who have turned me into the internet's joke that made the toxic situation what it is. But it was actually nice. It was actually nice to actually see some people come out and do some positive stuff towards me. Okay? You know, so thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Okay? Whoever positively shared, this, I appreciate it. So anyway, I put out this tweet, and overnight it went viral with so many people sharing it or whatever. I gained, no lie, at this point, probably about 1,500 Twitter followers, if not more. The thing is, this tweet is going viral. Like, in the last hour, it's gained over 1,000 likes, and it's actually gaining traction, getting more and more. My Twitter feed is exploding with people. Now, the thing is, I know it's not going to last. This is the kind of thing that happened to me 3 years ago when I had my incident, right? I had a little bit of positivity once I fessed up to it, admitted it. It lasted a couple weeks, and then after that, things kind of calmed down. And I'll be very honest with all of you. I have no idea if any of you are actually here on the stream just to hear me talk about this. And after I finish this story, you're just going to take off. And, if you do, you do. I really don't expect any kind of long-standing positive effect to come.
This guy's a pathological liar. I had to lie.
From this, as much as that would be amazing, and it could help me to kind of turn things around behind the scenes financially, because I am in a really bad rut right now because of so much shit that's happened to me over the years, and it would really help me to get more attention on my streams and more contributions. The bottom line is, as I'm about to tell you guys, the bottom line is, I rely pretty much solely on crowdfunding in order to keep things going.
What do you say people will think when they bring up DSP? The incident, and I'm a beggar, and I'm a thief, and I'm this, and I'm that. Oh, when Phil tried to scam his fucking viewers.
Alright. And I used to be able to just rely on YouTube ad income. I can't do that anymore. I make almost nothing on YouTube. No exaggeration. When I used to make a living doing YouTube, now I probably make 1/10 of as much money income a month from ad revenue as I used to. 1/10 as much as I used to on YouTube. So I had to dramatically change my format to be an interactive streamer. and constantly be doing shout outs and thank yous for all of your contributions and everything, which is great. I love it. In fact, I think my content's better, but I do rely on crowdfunding now to make ends meet. You know, so it would be amazing if in the next few weeks we get more viewers on the streams as a result of this, and people, wow, Phil actually isn't the bad guy that people always purported him to be. In fact, what he's pointing out is that his worst moment is nowhere near as bad as what people make it out to be. Look at how all these other content creators actually were secretly shitheads behind the scenes, and we've been supporting and giving them crowdfunding for years, and they never fucking deserved it because they were toxic scumbags, while in reality, DSP wasn't so bad. He's certainly not perfect, and he makes tons of mistakes, but he's still an entertaining guy that we maybe should have not beaten down as much as we did over the last 10 years, and then he wouldn't be in the situation he's in, you know? So the bottom line is this, guys. Thank you so much for any kind of positivity, alright? And the truth of the matter is that, like I said, I don't expect anything, I really don't expect anything long-term as a positive effect of this at all.
He's a piece of crap. He's a lying piece of crap.
As much as I would like it, I've got over 1,000 new people who follow me on Twitter. Those people aren't gonna stick around, because they just want to see drama every day. You know, they're there to, oh, well, who's Phil gonna attack and take down next? I'm probably not going to. You know, this is just kind of a one-time thing where this is a situation I had a chance to strike back on someone who was nasty to me 3 years ago, and it was the perfect timing, the perfect stab back. And you know, it is what it is, okay? So, thank you all for your support and everything. I do appreciate it. What I'll do now, just very quickly, like I said, I don't want this pre-stream to be the entirety of my stream. So what I'm going to do is transition now into plugs, so you guys understand. You know, there's many ways you can support me. You've been seeing this on the pre-stream. I have a Patreon, I have a Teespring. In fact, I'm wearing one of my shirts from Teespring right now, which in my opinion is one of the more, I just clicked the wrong thing. It's one of the more inspirational shirts that I have. You know, 10 years of Dark Side Phil. And outside of those 10 years, 7 years I've been the butt of the internet's joke. Yeah, I'm still here every single day putting out content for all of you guys. You know, because I love what I do. I love my viewer base. I want to keep doing this, despite the fact that there's people who literally will at every moment make a joke at my expense, like Mr. projared, who now is the butt of everyone else's joke and pretty much has been destroyed and he has no more career whatsoever.
I just don't understand people. Like, how can you be like that? You know? How can you have zero feeling of any kind of sympathy or empathy? Like, get the fuck out of here. These people are just insane. I just don't even know what to say, man. How are people so evil? How are people so fucked up and evil that this is what they would do to someone? Like, how can you live? How can you morally live and sleep in that fucking bed and get a sound sleep? I couldn't. I would be in a mental hospital if this is me doing that shit.
I'm still here, man, and I'm still toughing through it. I'm not giving up, you know. I'm going to keep doing this, what I love, for as long as I can, even though I know I can't do it forever. Eventually, I'm going to get older. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to have to transition into something else. You know, I just want to say thanks to those who allow me to do it for as long as I have, and, you know, hopefully I can keep it up, at least, you know, in the short term. All right? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, rather than go into a million ways that you guys can support me, the best thing I'm going to say today is if you cheer, sub, or tip during my streams, I'll give you a shout-out, a verbal shout-out. Keep in mind that what I try to do is not derail the stream, so if it's during gameplay, I will still give you a shout-out, and if there's a question or whatever, I'll still answer it. But understand that if it's something completely unrelated to what's going on with this whole Jared situation or the game I'm playing, I might not address it. I usually do not address politics or religion whatsoever on my streams, and I certainly do not address things like insults towards myself or other content creators, toxic comments, you know, memes that are meant to be malicious, that kind of stuff I just kind of ignore. It's very subjective what I say on my streams, up to me. And I'm not going to make this the let's all roast projared 24/7 for the next week kind of a deal. I'm not going to do that. You know, it's okay to ask, it's okay to talk about it. It's not okay to just make it 100% about it, okay?
King of hypocrisy. Listen, I know that that's a little bit hypocritical.
But in particular, everybody, in particular, if you really want to help me out, all right? If you're not, wow, you know, I'm a longtime viewer of Phil, I want to help him, or I'm a relatively new viewer of Phil, this whole situation is awesome, you know, what's going on, people are seeing Phil in a positive light, I want to help support him. Or if you're just a newcomer, the first time you're ever here, as a basis of what happened on Twitter, and you want to support me the most, please tip me today. Alright, I'm in a bad financial situation right now, but it's behind the scenes. I'm not going to tell you guys publicly about what's going on, because it's not going to help anything to disclose this to you guys, it's just not. But right now, I basically have no money, and it sucks. All the tips that people have given me the last week, I put into my bank account to pay bills. It's already gone, and I'm not getting paid by Twitch for another week. So anything you guys give me with tips right now is basically what I'm using to pay bills for the next week. And if I can't pay a bill, it overdraws my bank account or whatever. It is what it is.
That's your fault. That's your fault. You created that business model. You created a flawed business model, and now you're saying there's nothing you could do about it? No, it's your business. You created the monster. You unleashed the monster, and now your complaint is, well, the monster's too powerful to control. Well, fuck you. That's your fault.
It sucks. That's the shitty situation I'm actually in because of circumstances. And yes, a lot of those circumstances are my fault, terrible decisions that I made. All right, financial decisions. All right, continuing on. Hodar Tar cheered. He says, I don't know much about the Jared fiasco, but every time you engage in trash talk, I feel like people end up fucking buried beyond return. Do you remember Tony Turner? He's a white Bill Cosby now. And keep the meme tweets going. They're top content. Real talk. The thing is, I think the reason that it stings when I actually take a jab at someone is because I don't always do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people out there who over the years have personally attacked me directly. But again, to get that cheap pop, to get that instant recognition and the cheap laugh from their viewing audience, I've always said this, I feel those people are hacks. If all you can do is get cheap pops from your viewers, it means that you don't have any valid content to put out there. You just have to do what you know is easy, the easy way out, the easy laugh, the easy attention, right? So I don't take cheap pops. I don't. But in this particular case with Jared, this is someone who had out of nowhere insulted me years ago, even though we had, you know, a positive affiliation at a Screwtack Gaming Convention in the past, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. Just being honest. So I think the reason it stings so bad is because I don't usually do this, and I perfectly summed it up, and I perfectly basically destroyed the guy with what I said.
Oh, Phil actually is a really toxic person, so we're just gonna keep saying, why am I toxic? Because it's a meme.
And there you have it. There you have it. At this point now, it's, let's see here, 11,300 likes and growing. So there you go. As I said, it really is just growing and growing here. So, all right. Code Castiel has resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much, Code Castiel, for the resub. I appreciate that. Philly Buckeye ESP cheered. He says, how can people still justify hating on you so much considering all the terrible stuff these other people are doing? It just makes the treatment you get pretty BS. I mean, I've only been saying that since the beginning. Like, the thing is, and this is the problem when you get a meme that attaches to you. When you have a negative meme attached to you, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. And the problem is I've become the butt of the internet's jokes so badly that whenever you hear something about DSP, you just believe it, right? Oh, yeah, I believe that that he hired an escort with money that he claimed was for his back state taxes situation, and he flew her across the globe, and the whole thing was bullshit. And this happens all the time. People make these stories up with no actual evidence because they're not true at all, but people just believe it. And then I become the butt of the internet jokes, you know, and people hate on me, and I can't ever have any real significant growth or whatever. Because of this nonsense. And it's people like Jared who pile on that mentality with tweets and insults towards me that, you know, now karma comes back, you know? Bill Cosby, tip me $1. Is at least I'm not a pedophile like that Subway Jared bastard. I mean, that's probably the worst. That probably is the absolute worst you could do is like that. I mean, damn. But I'm not gonna be, I guess murder might be even worse. But, I don't know, let's not talk about that. Alexander Rossi cheered and said, which Jared do you hate more, the Subway guy or the YouTube guy? I don't hate any of them. That's the thing, a lot of people have a misconception about me. I don't hate them. Look, they're fucked up people. They do fucked up things behind the scenes that never should have become, you know, public. But the bottom line is this. There's a few things you need to understand. Number one, when you're a public-facing content creator, your life is not private, and things may come to light that you don't want. Therefore, the best way to go about it is to not do horrible fucking things. I mean, I don't know how you could think you're going to cheat on your wife and eventually divorce her, and it's not going to come out publicly all the fucked up stuff you've done behind the scenes. I mean, it's pretty obvious it's going to. That's number one. Number two, and I hate to say this, guys, but this is this one's on some of you guys, you know, depending on the people you watch and support. You have to understand something. Every day.
Who you choose to come and watch on Twitch and you go to watch their videos on YouTube, the person who you throw $1 of support, the person who you buy their merch or you pledge to their Patreon, or, you know, whatever it is, whatever method of contribution you may do, you have to understand that you're contributing to a certain kind of culture, all right? If you're someone on YouTube who has 1 million subscribers, who has ridiculous amounts of views on every video, all right, and they're living the dream already, and you go and send them money, you know what I mean? Versus someone who's out there who's struggling. There's tons of independent people putting out insanely high quality content on a daily basis, and they're completely overlooked because YouTube has created this system where only the people who are at the top can even be seen anymore. All right? So you have to understand that when you throw your support towards someone who already has support and doesn't really need it versus someone who is struggling and who needs that support desperately, you're basically creating a culture of that type of person only being successful and no one else can ever be successful at all. All right? And I've been saying this for years. You have to be very careful the people who you support, because the bottom line is a lot of these people who are virally popular are popular for the wrong reasons, or they're popular because, you know, you don't really know who they are. And the next thing you know, you get a projared who, oh shit, I supported this guy for years. Behind the scenes, he was actually a piece of shit, you know, and you supported him for how long? Versus someone out there who isn't huge, who needs the support, who's struggling on a daily basis, and you kind of just didn't give them the time of day because you were so into this guy who was overhyped over here. You see what I mean? You got to be careful. You got to be careful who you lend your time and support to, because you may have ended up supporting someone for years who just ends up being a scumbucket versus someone who actually maybe is being unfairly treated. I'm just saying. And don't worry, everyone, we're going to get to Days Gone, but, you know, I knew this was going to happen. It would be an exciting pre-stream with so many people coming in, so, you know, once I get through shoutouts, we're going to get started, I promise. The Phil Drama Show every day. Why do you think people who previously would do valid gameplay are now sitting there doing current events and talking drama-style videos because they're trying to jump on the bandwagon of free money for minimal talent and minimal input, minimal work? Because this is all YouTube is now. It's a toxic, disgusting fucking place that's not getting cleaned up. Minimum effort, minimum money and time involved, maximum profit.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to preface tonight's stream with this. Earlier today, I fully and formally addressed on my pre-stream, you know, the whole situation that happened with me on Twitter last night and yesterday. It's still unfolding. We've still got people going crazy tweeting about it. As of right now, my one main tweet that's been super popular has over 15,000 likes and 4,000 retweets, while the other tweet that I made has about 5,000 likes and like thousands of retweets. Big content creators are coming out and saying, wow, this is, you know, it's just a cool situation for Phil, and is this Phil's redemption arc?
No.
This is just pretty hilarious, because the way I say it is, there's nothing to redeem. Like, the people who think there needs to be a redemption arc basically have never watched me or don't know the truth about me, because I know, you know, the things that people say about me and shit were never true to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, the one mistake that I made in 2016 is long gone, and everything else, yes, I've said dumb shit and things over the years, but never enough to warrant the hate against me. So for me, it's like, what do I redeem? All I'm going to be doing, guys, is doing my normal streams. I put out my content. Hopefully, you guys will keep coming back and checking out and hanging out with me. You know what I mean? That's all I want, is for you guys to just have fun with me on a daily basis and hang out and chill. And hopefully, have a good time.
Give me money. And, you know, it's a win-win situation as long as that's what happens. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else.
I'm not a shit poster. I'm not a drama guy. It's funny because someone already said, oh, there's another big YouTuber who's having his fall from grace today. Why aren't you talking about that? Because I'm not a shit poster. I'm not a shit talker. I'm not a drama queen. I mean, yeah, I could have easily posted up, oh, look, someone else already stole the steam from projared and blah, blah. Who cares? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to put out quality, entertaining streams for you guys. This is what I've strived to do since the first day I ever put a video on YouTube in 2008, and since the first day in 2017 that I became a full-time streamer. This is what I'm here for. I'm not here for the crap. Every once in a while something happens, and we want to talk about it back and forth on stream. That's cool, but I'm not going to make it the end-all and be-all of who I am. All right?
Unbelievable.
What do I think of YouTube audiences flipping on creators the second anything goes wrong? I think what we have now is an era of... It's kind of like the same thing that happened with the Time's Up movement, where people are now getting exposed for these things that have been going on behind the scenes for years, and people are just giving them the benefit of the doubt and said, they're a popular content creator, oh well, it's fine, or I don't believe it. Now, you know, these things get exposed and that's it. You know, like, people are like, nah, fuck that. And the bottom line is, like, it's like I said in my original tweet yesterday, if you're a content creator and you rely solely on content creation for your income, your life is going to be transparent. You're going to have things exposed to the internet no matter how much you try to sweep under the rug or hide. There's going to be things that are going to come out. So you fucking very well better be sure that you don't have stuff going on behind the scenes. There's no skeletons in your closet or anything like that. As you guys know, I've been incredibly transparent over the years.
I'm good at lying.
These days I'm not, because I don't want to have a negative effect on my wife with the stuff that, you know, that goes on in our personal life. But, you know, it's not like I'm keeping stuff from you guys that's, oh my god, did you hear the horrible things to people and things behind the scenes? No.
You know, I have nothing to hide. Nothing.
So for me, it's like a zero concern. I am zero concerns about anything ever getting out because there's literally nothing to get out. The stuff that you guys hear is all fucking bullshit that's spun negatively anyway. But for all these other content creators these days, it's like, Jesus, can you imagine the shit that they've been doing? I mean, how many people they get this power? They get this position of money and power, and all of a sudden, it's like they say power corrupts, and they become different people. They become these people who use people, they abuse people, they scam their viewers and audiences, they emotionally and physically abuse the people around them, and just, you know, for what? You're at the top of the fucking world. You're a fucking YouTuber with 1 million subscribers, or you're a streamer with a bajillion followers, and you gotta fucking do that.
You know, it's just talk about complete immaturity and lack of any kind of fucking self-consciousness, right? Like, oh, I have no self-awareness of who I am and the fact that I have this power over people. You know, I'll be very honest, in my early days of YouTube, this is being meek, very upfront with all of you because we have nothing to do while this loads. I felt that power. I did. I had people, they would come up to me at a convention. You know, you'd see it in their eyes when you met them that, like, they were enamored with you because you were an internet celebrity, and you're like, Jesus, I've got, like, this fucking clout and this control to make people who you know, it's just nuts. In a lot of ways, nuts to me.
Okay, it is crazy that anyone would have that kind of fucking power from just making videos on the internet or being someone who's in front of a fucking camera every day. Who cares, right? To me, I told you guys, I never really had any role models growing up. I was never the person who aspired to be like anyone. I got into this by accident. It was a complete fluke that I would ever do this for a living or anything like that. So when I saw that, when I saw, you know, these people coming up to me and saying things like, oh my God, I can't believe I get to shake your hand and sign an autograph, or, you know, even in those early days of YouTube, we're talking way early, like the very, maybe 1 or 2 conventions I ever went to early on, before anything with my relationships or anything going public, there were girls who would come up to me and be like, oh my God, there's like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, these girls, you can tell in their heads, they're like, oh my God, they're looking up to me, and, you know, it's nuts, it's nuts. I'm sure there were guys too like that, you know what I mean? But you see what I mean? Like, and then there's these content creators just blatantly use that shit to fucking use their power to abuse people and to fuck with people, and that's not right, man. That's just not right at all. At all. Thank God, you know, thank God. Now, it was a weird thing for me, because at the time when I was very popular on YouTube from like 2010 to 2012, it was the early days of doing stuff and becoming popular for doing it. So for me, it was like, it wasn't like Phil, even though I was one of the bigger gaming YouTubers, it wasn't like Phil is a worldwide celebrity like now with these fucking Ninja and PewDiePie and all these guys, right? But, you know, still, the fact that I didn't ever get it in my head that, oh, I'm gonna use my power to start doing crazy shit, ask people for fucking nudes over the internet and shit. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. People have to talk about how fucked up you could be in your head. All I ever wanted to do was play a video game, have fun, and share that experience with someone on the internet. Period. That's it. That's all I ever wanted to do with a video or a stream. The fucking ideas these people get in their fucking heads, they're nuts. They're nuts. And by the way, as I should say, not to say, that people didn't throw themselves at me, because there were quite a few people who they wanted, can I get to know you? Can I hang out with you? Can I send you pictures? Can I do this? And I'm like, oh, Jesus. I think I'm gonna take a step back from that shit. I'm just here to play a game and have fun and maybe make a couple bucks doing it. I don't need to fucking be involved in any of that shit, you know? But that's what I mean. Some people, they get caught up in that, and that's what I mean. Like, power does corrupt. Power changes you. When you have that celebrity, that power. And I never allowed myself to do that, but man, I really feel, I'm being very honest, this is the tip of the iceberg, because we had that with the Me Too movement with celebrities and the like, and now it's happening for content creators and YouTubers. It's just going to keep getting worse. Like, we're going to hear more and more content creators being exposed now for being bad people behind the scenes and the horrible people they've hurt over the years and the things that they fucking do that are twisted. I think the floodgates opened with Toby Turner years ago when that you know, sexual abuse and drug abuse scandal hit, and since then it's slow trickle. Now all of a sudden it's like every day. Just what was it, last week there was the guy who was convicted. He's going to jail for like 10 years for soliciting minors, underage girls, sending him fucking pictures of their nudes and shit. And now we did projared immediately. We got another one today. It's like, Jesus, dude. Like, this is going to happen every day now at this fucking point.
But it's a double standard, right? It's a double standard. Listen, I am no moral authority on anything, folks. Burn in hell, Burnell. And now I'm going to burn in hell for the rest of eternity because of it. You can't change who you are, I guess. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP is a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.